Well, with me right now from Hicap, and we'll get into what that is in just a moment, is Sherry Langer, and we're welcoming her back. She was on with our good friend Jeffrey Rodriguez with her Social Security show, but we're getting down to the wire here when it comes to Medicare, so we want to talk about the open enrollment. Welcome. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
So first, let's talk about, we know open enrollment is in the midst till December 7th. But the first thing I want to talk about is Hicap. Okay. And the reason is, I think people hear that and often think, you know how our state has all these different acronyms for things. Mm-hmm. They think this is a state organization run by the government. So it kind of tell us exactly what Hicap is.
Okay, Hicap stands for Health Insurance Counseling and Advocacy Program. And we give free, unbiased counseling on Medicare. We are part of the SHIP provider program. We're the SHIP provider for Orange County, which stands for State Health Insurance Assistance Program. So every state in the country needs to have a SHIP program. And we are the Orange County. In California, they're called Hicap. And so we are the SHIP provider. So we provide every state, they want to have someone that is giving free counseling and information and education on Medicare, but also that it's unbiased, that we're not selling. We don't sell any of the plans that are out there. We're just here to provide a resource and education for people.
Okay, so you funded by the state?
We do have funding from federal, state, county,
Okay, and but you're also, sort of an independent type.
Yes, we are part of we are one of the programs for the Council on Aging, Southern California. And we are, the council is a nonprofit that's been in Orange County for about, I think, 44 years now, developing different programs to help people.
All kinds of programs,
all sorts of wonderful programs. And we're the Medicare focused program that helps people understand Medicare.
All right, and Hicap's throughout the state?
Yes, we have, all across, all the different counties have a Hicap.
Very good.
Yeah.
So we're here right now. In fact, how many days? 10 days? You don't have much time left.
Not much time.
So it is that point and of open enrollment. So how can Hicap help? What can you do if obviously there are going to be folks that have all kinds of different questions? You give unbiased answers, but let's kind of pinpoint the different things that you do.
Some of the services we offer? Yeah. Okay, and remember, everything we offer is at no cost, but we have a call center at our Irvine office. Our office is in Irvine, and we have a call center that is manned by trained, registered counselors, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, so if anybody has any questions, they can call us. We also have counselors that go out to most of the senior centers in the area if people want a one-on-one appointment. So you just call the senior centers to set up an appointment with the Hicap counselor. And then specifically during annual enrollment, we have clinics that we offer all over Orange County. And we will be having one in at Laguna Woods at Clubhouse 3 next week, next Tuesday.
Okay, one of the questions that I have, and again, somebody might have when they come to talk to you, you give unbiased opinions. Do you go over different plans from different companies, or do you just sit down with people and sort of understand their needs and guide them to a type of plan that they should be looking for? Or when I say plan, going over Advantage plans, or if they want to stick what I call straight Medicare.
Original Medicare.
That's what I call it. But.
Sure. During annual enrollment, one of the services we will provide, and we'll provide at that clinic, is that we have counselors that we'll have several counselors at the clubhouse that day. And I think it's from 12 to 3. And people need to make an appointment, but they can come in and bring in their information of the plans that they're on, particular plans.
That's a very good point.
And their medications. We need to know what prescription medications they have, and what our counselors can do is run a plan comparison. We can look at, plug into a search engine that Medicare provides on their website, but our counselors are trained to do this. They can plug in their a beneficiary's information and run an estimate of what 2018 costs will be, and compare it to other plans that are here in Orange County to see the cost effectiveness and And it's really important during annual enrollment for people to be assessing and evaluating and watching to see if their plans have changed, because sometimes the plans can change their drug formulary. That's
Right.
a very big factor to consider. And drugs, prescription drugs that someone has on a plan previously in the previous year, the company may have changed the drug formulary, and maybe that drug is at a different tier, or maybe been dropped from the plan, and they want to make sure that the prescription drugs they have are covered.
Yeah. So bringing those medications are important, or the information, and maybe
information, yeah.
if you have a smartphone or something, just take pictures of the
That's
front.
a
That way you
great
can bring
idea.
them in. That way there's no
That's
confusion.
a great idea, because some people will bring in all their prescription drugs, but if they do bring a list, taking a picture is a great idea.
Yeah.
What we need to make sure we know is the name of the prescription drug, but the dosage and the frequency, because if we don't,
that's a good point.
If they take it twice a day versus once a day and it just gets plugged in, you'll get a different cost estimate.
Okay.
And so that information is really important.
Okay, so Medicare changes that you can make. So we're going to look at that.
Oh, okay.
And, excuse me, we're on the next slide.
Yeah.
The annual enrollment clinics and individual sessions, they can call. Am I right that you want to set up an appointment?
Yes,
Okay.
and we have on, do we have the next slide with the Laguna Woods number?
Yeah.
So it's the social services
Yeah, the
area.
social
They've been
services
gracious
number.
enough to take the calls, and people need to call and set up an appointment.
Yeah.
And it runs pretty full. And if there's a married couple, they should have 2 appointments back to back, or go to 2 separate.
Okay.
Because we usually have about a 45-minute appointment. So if there's 2 people, we need longer time to be able to assess both people's plans and prescription drugs.
You know, that's a good point that you make there. Is there such thing as a couple's plan, a spouse plan, a married couple plan?
Many
separate.
people will have similar plans,
Yeah.
but you can have different
It's not like
plans.
driver's insurance where you can get that
there's
extra.
not a group plan.
Not a group plan. Okay. Interesting. So you go over all kinds of things. You might say, what's the difference between people through a Medicare Advantage? Should I do Medicare Part A and B and D and F or whatever? And you've got to figure out what's right for the person, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you want to be looking at each year. You want to do an evaluation in the fall of your healthcare needs. If you've changed any of your conditions or prescription drugs, you want to look if your plan has changed, so to see if the plan that you currently have is the best one for next year. But you can make changes, and so the focus is really on Part C and Part D, the Medicare Advantage plans and the prescription drug plans. But people can change there's 2 pathways in Medicare.
Right.
You can take, as you mentioned, the original Medicare, straight Medicare, or the network plan, the Medicare Advantage plans.
Okay.
And people can make changes between the 2 pathways. It's really helpful to talk to a counselor, because there's a few rules that may apply in that. But during annual enrollment, the focus really is on that Medicare Advantage. People can change from one Medicare Advantage to a different Medicare Advantage plan, or they can change from one prescription drug plan to one of the other prescription drug plans. In Orange County, there are 41 Medicare Advantage plans available.
Oh, wow.
And prescription drug plans, there are 25 plans available.
Wow.
So there are some options out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the other question I have, can you go back and forth if you're in an Advantage plan? Can you go back to just doing Medicare Part A and B, or?
Yes, you can. During annual enrollment, you can make the changes from one pathway to the other. So you can go back. You do need to consider a lot of people that when they're on the original Medicare, also look at one of the extra private plans that you can purchase, which is a supplemental plan.
Right, that's the F, Part F?
Yes. Well, there are 10 standardized Medigaps or supplemental plans that are available. But when you go from a Medicare Advantage plan to original Medicare, there are some rules that you might need to be aware of, like the guaranteed issue will probably not apply if you've been on Medicare for a period of time. And so it's helpful talking to a counselor if you're making a change from one pathway to the other.
And with the Medicare Advantage, one of the advantages, if you want to call it that, is that it's all inclusive. Am I correct? You're not.
Yes. Of the 41 plans, 40 of them will also include the the drug prescription
Okay.
is included. So their plan.
There's one of them that doesn't?
There's one that doesn't. And
Wow.
so, yeah. And so, but generally all the services of A and B, and Part D is the prescription drug plans in Medicare.
Okay.
That is all wrapped up in this network that a company the plan will have certain providers, certain facilities, maybe even certain pharmacies
Okay.
that are preferred.
What's Part C then?
Part C is the Medicare Advantage plans.
Oh, I see.
So
Got
Part
it.
A is the
That's where it
hospital
gets
insurance, B is the medical insurance. So when you enroll in Medicare, you enroll in Part A and B. And
Okay.
then you either stay with original Medicare, and then a lot of people will look at having a prescription drug plan or a supplemental plan.
Okay.
Or you choose the pathway of Part C, which is Medicare Advantage plans. And
So
there's,
C kind of covers A, B, and D. And F,
Bingo.
I guess, in a way, right?
yes, there's different
Yeah.
rules that apply.
It gets confusing. Yes, it does. All right. So see, that's why you need Hicap. Clubhouse 3, actually, Performing Arts Center, as it's called. November 28th from 12 until 3. Please call 597-4267. That's their social services number. Then the Council on Aging, their website, as you can see right there, is coasc.org. You can get information there. And then also you can call Hicap directly. We have it on the screen here. And that's where you can get an appointment as well. Am I right?
Yes, and we also have just regular appointments on an ongoing basis
Okay.
at the senior centers and at our Irvine office. That if people, it's not during annual enrollment, but they have questions, or maybe some people are getting ready to go on Medicare,
Right.
or they've worked longer and now they want to understand what's going on as they transition to Medicare. We're available.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank
Always
you.
good to see you, and we'll be back. Yeah, I think my father-in-law is on AB